So, they're having a special screening at my local theater. I think it's one of many across the country, for The Godfather Part 2. Apparently it's in honor of its 50th anniversary, the film Godfather Part 2. So, I plan to go see it. Now, I know I've talked a little bit about movies here and there on this channel. Not extensively, but I used to be someone who would go to the movies a lot more often than I get around to now. Pretty much for a while there, every weekend, I was going to see something or another in my younger years. But this is one of those movies, it's a Best Picture winner, won all these awards. I rented it, I watched it years ago, and actually didn't really care for it that much. I actually had trouble getting into it, had trouble following it, had trouble getting invested in the story. I mean, everybody raves that it's a masterpiece, but I actually don't think it was that great. And I know that's, I guess, the minority opinion. Most critics think it's great. But I think I might kind of be onto something, because think about it. How often do you ever hear of somebody having a movie night or saying, we're going to watch this, old classic tonight? But how many people say, let's watch Godfather Part 2? I mean, they may watch the first Godfather, but how many of them say Godfather Part 2, They'll say, some Star Wars movie or an Indiana Jones movie, the Blues Brothers, Ghostbusters, something along those lines. Maybe an old John Hughes movie from the 80s. How often do they say Godfather Part 2? So, I haven't seen this film in over 20 years, but I thought maybe I'd go watch it to see if it's as good, as bad, whatever, as I remember it. I mean, it wasn't a terrible movie, I don't think. It was just I didn't really care for it. Drawn out and boring. But I'm going to go to the theater, and I'll let y'all know how it goes. So I went to my local movie theater. I was going to buy a ticket to watch Godfather Part 2, but the screening was canceled. Anniversary screening of The Godfather Part 2, and I guess there was some sort of, this is what I was told anyway, apparently there was some sort of screw up with something they were sent or not sent to screen the movie tonight, so they weren't showing the movie. And supposedly they're going to try to show it tomorrow, but it's going to be, the only showing tomorrow is at 12:30 p.m. That's right, 12:30 p.m. on a Thursday, so that is not conducive to my schedule at all. So I was willing to give the film a chance, try to watch it again, because I know my opinion kind of goes against the general consensus. I thought it was kind of a drawn out film and rather boring when I watched it years and years ago. So I was willing to give it a second chance, but guess I won't be watching it. At least not in the movie theater, that's for sure. I've had some bad luck, if you will, for lack of a better term, with some of these anniversary screenings of classic movies. They hardly ever seem to fit in my schedule, or I hardly ever find out about them till real short notice. I missed the 40th anniversary of Christine last year, which is a movie I know I liked, and is a lot shorter than The Godfather Part 2, but didn't find out about it till too late, and tried to go see The Godfather Part 2, and there was a snafu of sorts that they weren't able to show the movie, so I don't know. I hope these people in the corporate offices, when they look at the profits they aren't or are getting from these special screenings, don't blame it all on the consumer just not being interested, because I don't think it was all the consumer's fault, especially not tonight. I debated whether to even make this video or not, but we'll just call it at that for now. My opinion of Godfather Part 2 will remain the same. I guess when they told me I could come back tomorrow at 12:30 p.m., I should have said, if you want me to come back at that time to watch the movie, you're going to have to make me an offer I can't refuse.